Section 6. Configure content for collaboration. In this section, we are looking at the various ways to configure content for collaboration in Excel. It will cover the following questions. 11. Set print area. 12. Saving workbook as PDF. 13. Repeat headers. 14. Accessibility check from the study guide which is provided to you with this course.
So let's look at question number 11. This is again an interesting question. It speaks about the print area. So it tells me classes 1 set the cells A1 through M17 to be the print area for this worksheet. Now, I'm going to open this file. It's telling us that we need to set our page size in such a way. When we talk about print area, what he's trying to tell you is that the page ke andar jo data hai, I want only that much data to be printed, how much I am selecting. So in this particular question, he has told us from A1, we have to select our data and go up till M17. So he's telling us only this much of data should be printed irrespective of the data which is down below. So I go under page layout, I come to print area and I choose set print area. Once I have chosen set print area, and when I go to the print command, it will show me only those cells where I have set it for printing. देखो नीचे का पूरा खाली हो गया. It's giving me only printing till here. That is 17 number. नीचे का पूरा empty. Now that was the question. This is the answer that we have done, but I'm going to explore more inside print area because there is little more to understand. The question number 11 we have already solved now. I set the print area और मेरा perfect आ गया. Now the question is that okay, I've set the print area has happened. I want to now in future also for this particular worksheet, sheet number 1. If this data is not there, it is empty, right? Even now, if I go to file and say print, अब तो कुछ दिखेगा नहीं क्योंकि खाली है page. But even after I remove all the data, and if I go to file and print, it will print only till row number 17. You need to understand that also. My data has been removed from this sheet 1. And I have set it as print area till row number 17. मतलब 18 row number पे अगर मैं कुछ type करता हूँ, ये 18 row number मेरे print में नहीं आएगा. देखते हैं. देखिए मेरा print खाली है. It's empty. Even though I've typed something on row number 18, because 18 is not being printed. So once you set a print area for a particular sheet, if on that particular sheet you change the data or you remove the data, still the printing will happen only till the area that you had set. That is very important. अगर मैं न्यू शीट खोलता हूं, शीट नंबर 2, और यहां पे मैं सेम थिंग करता हूं, 18 नंबर टाइप करता हूं, यहां पे मेरा प्रिंट एरिया सेट नहीं किया है, तो मुझे देखिए 18 का सेल का डिटेल आ गया. सी यू कैन सी इट्स कम, डीजेडी के आ गया. Once you set a print area, it will stay permanent till you don't remove the print area. Deleting the data is not the solution. Removing the print area is the solution. I will simply go to print area and there is an option known as clear print area. That's how I can remove my print area. You create a Excel file and then you have to share that Excel file with somebody. Now let's understand this. If you are sharing the Excel file with your subordinate or your colleague or your person with whom you're working on a project, then it definitely makes sense to share the Excel file because आप लोग साथ में काम कर रहे हो. But if I'm dealing with an outside party, if I'm dealing with somebody who I'm selling a product to, or who I need to give my project to, I've made a project in Excel, I need to submit that project just for checking whether the project has been created properly or not. Not to check the formulas and all, just to check whether I put the data correctly. Then I would not share an Excel file. I would convert my Excel file into a PDF. For example, if I have to submit a quotation, yeah, I am selling a product, the opposite person is my buyer, and he says, "मुझे Excel file आप भेज दीजिए." You say, "Yes, मैं भेजता हूँ आपको sir. I'm sending you the quotation." You're just sending him a quotation. He didn't say Excel file, he said, "मैं वो quotation भेज." आपने Excel में quotation बनाया है. अब वो quotation आपको उनको भेजना है. You will not send him in an Excel format, in a PDF format. I will tell you why. Because suppose that person is traveling. Let's say he's on a flight, or let's say he's in a car or in a train, and he says, "Okay, so he said, don't worry, sir, but tomorrow morning you'll have the quotation on your email." Instead, if you convert that into a PDF document, you can straight away send him a WhatsApp message telling him, "Sir, the quotation is ready. I've just sent it to you on WhatsApp." One, it speaks of your efficiency. And two, the person doesn't have to wait till tomorrow morning to see your quotation. आप फोन पे भेजोगे उसको, एक्सेल फॉर्मेट में भेजोगे, वो फोन पे एक्सेल फॉर्मेट में जब खोलेगा तो वो ऊपर नीचे दिखेगा थोड़ा कंटेंट. It may not look exactly aligned the way you want it to look. Clarity won't be there. Columns will be too many. He'll have to scroll left and right to see the columns. See, there are so many issues. But once I make it a PDF, I'm eliminating all the possibilities. One, my quotation can't be tampered with because it is a PDF document. And I have evidence that it's gone as a PDF. So tampering ka question nahi aata. He can't change any figures. He can't change any formulas. He can do nothing. He can only see it. Second, the level of efficiency. It will reach him faster. He doesn't have to wait till morning. जहाँ पे भी है रात को कितने भी बजाए उसको मिल जाएगा अपने फोन पे ही. Doesn't have to open his laptop. On his phone only he will get it. Right. So in this case, he's telling me classes 1, save the current file as a PDF, accept all the default options for the file name and settings. So we'll open classes 1. And I want to send this as a PDF document. पहले मैं आगे फाइल में देखता हूँ print में कि what is the, how does it look? Okay, it looks like this. Actually, इसके columns fit नहीं हुए हैं इसलिए ऐसा इतने pages में आ रहा है. But it's okay. I don't want to waste too much time for now. I'm just going to simply select the data that I wish to send as a PDF. So I might want to send only this much, or let's say only this much of my data. Say till downtown. Example दे रहा हूँ. बोलूँगा ये मुझे PDF में convert करके भेजना है. So I select this. I just give all the borders to this document. So that when I see I have got a proper file with columns and rows. There you go. All right. And obviously I'll align it and everything, whatever I want to do to fit it better. I'm just giving you an example. So now I will go to file and I will go to save as and go to browse, and he gives me the option of straight away converting this document into a PDF. When I click here, he gives me the option of file save as PDF. And then he says, where do you want to save this file? Suppose I say desktop, and what do you want to call it? I just say I'm calling it. Let's go documents में save कर देते हैं. I'm just going to call it classes, and I click on save. My document now has got saved. I'll just do the new screen sharing with you all. I will open my documents. ये मेरा डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, इसके अंदर क्लासेस 1 होगा, क्लासेस है, ये है क्लासेस, and here it is. Look at that. Shows me a preview of how my file looks like a PDF. It looks like a proper Excel sheet because I created the rows and columns. I gave it lines. I just gave one part of it just to show you the difference. So you have to give these lines before sending your file, because the lines that you see are actually just the grid lines, which are not going to be printed. All the rows and columns are not getting printed till you don't give them the border, which I just now gave for this particular file. I selected this file and I gave it a border. Just a minute, it's coming up the PDF. So this is how I generally believe converting Excel files into PDFs and then sending it across. It's faster, it's easier, and it also solves the purpose of what you're looking for. There it is. I hope you all can see the PDF file now. So my PDF file hai with all the data, with the rows and columns the way I had put it. Says repeat headers. Again, an interesting aspect of Excel. So I've got classes 1, set the current worksheet to repeat the top 2 rows to repeat on every page when the worksheet is being printed. What does he mean by this? Let's open classes 1. This is my classes 1. This data right now is non-stop. But is this data actually fitting in one page? No, it is not. Currently, it's not fitting in one page. Let me see what is the page layout of this. लैंडस्केप ही है, फिर भी वन पेज में फिट नहीं हो रहा. मैं थोड़ा इसको कम कर देता हूं टू फिट एटलीस्ट दिस इन वन पेज. Oh, sorry. देखिए, हाँ अभी आ गया वर्ड वन पेज. See, now my data is going across pages of my sheet. Understand one thing. One Excel sheet has got multiple pages. So it's very simple. An Excel file is called a workbook. And the workbook has got sheets. And the sheets has got pages. So one sheet does not mean one page. One sheet means a group of pages. So in every sheet, I can have many pages. So when I go to view and when I go to page layout, only then can I know how many pages are there. There's one page over here. And there's a second page over here. So I've got 2 pages right now. On the side, there is gray area. That is not a page yet. Again, there's one more gray area. That's not a page yet. You have to understand, active pages will be in white and non-active pages will be in gray. So whatever pages you are seeing now in gray color, they are non-active pages. Matlab pages which don't have any data on them. What if I would decide to print only page number 2? Now you will not know what is kettlebells and what is Tai Chi, because there is no heading only. So when I open my file and I go to page layout and I go to print titles, I get this window and I say rows on to repeat at top. And I click on one particular row and I press the shift. Remember, it's not control. I press the shift and I click the second one. Because I press the shift and click the second one, it comes over here, $1, $2. That means the 2 top rows of your page are going to repeat on every sheet that you create. And I say, yes. That's what every page that you create. The top 2 rows will get repeated on every page that I create. I say, yes, I want these 2 top rows because this sheet is related to only this data. And I say, okay to it. Now, when I go to page layout, you will see that my top rows are repeating. इस पेज पे भी आ गया, नीचे वाले पेज पे देखो अपने आप आ गया है. Again, very interesting question, very useful. It's useful for situations where we are looking at people who are working in an organization who don't have a vision. What I mean by that is not vision, who cannot see. A lot of organizations hire people who are blind actually, but they are very intelligent. They have a very good IQ. They have a very good understanding of mathematics, or they are very good at their logic. So they say, even though they can't see, we need their talent. So they hire them. Because they can't see, Excel has got something known as speak cells, where the entire file is read out to them by the computer. Nobody sits next to them to read the file out. The computer reads it out to them. So over there, it becomes very important to have an accessibility check. That means the document has to be checked thoroughly to see to it that if a blind person is sitting in front of the computer and when the computer is reading it out to him, the computer should read out the names correctly. That is why an accessibility check is very important. So I'm going to open this file, classes 3, and let's understand in this file what exactly he's telling me to do. So I have opened my file classes 3. There are 2 sheets over here. One is sheet 1, one is sheet 2. Sheet 1 has data, sheet 2 has no data. So now I'm going to do an accessibility check on this document to see if there are any flaws in the document. I go to file and I have an option known as check for issues. There's an option known as check accessibility. Let's click it. And he finds some problem in this document. So he brings up a window saying warnings. Let's understand what are these warnings. So there's an arrow here. I'm just going to click that. He says there is a problem here, sheet 1 and sheet 2. You say, sheet 1, sheet 2, kya problem hai? I go to sheet 1 and when I click on sheet 1, it tells me what is the recommended action I'm supposed to take. And he says you need to rename this sheet. And what is the name of this sheet actually? It is January, because I am showing data of the month of January. So he says your sheet 1 should be called January. He didn't say that. I gave a name. He said you have to just name the sheet. Based on the data, I took a decision. I will name it January. So you'll realize मेरा sheet 1 चला गया यहाँ से. अब सिर्फ sheet 2 है. अब मैं sheet 2 में जा रहा हूँ. बोलता है अभी इधर भी प्रॉब्लम है. What is the problem? Rename sheet. ठीक है. This sheet is related to forecasting. तो ये मैंने forecasting कर दिया. Now he tells me there is no accessibility issue found in your file. People with disabilities should not have difficulty reading this workbook. Imagine what a thought Microsoft has, isn't it? He is making the software capable for people who don't have a vision also to be able to learn and use it. So I want this sheet to be read out. So in Excel or Word or PowerPoint, there is a button known as Speak. If you can see over here, it says Speak Cells. Can you see that? I placed my mouse on it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sheet. That's the only thing which is required to be done. And then I will click on Speak Cells and the computer will start speaking.
Location: Clearwater, Dale Mabry, Downtown, Dunedin. Week: January 7 to 11, January 14 to 18, January 21st to 25.